All right, guys, welcome back. Ryan here once again. Wanted to talk a little bit about my U-Haul buying experience. As you all know, if you watched the last video, I've done a couple videos, but the last video would have been getting the engine running and all that, which I'll touch on that in a minute. Anyways, I bought a U-Haul truck, which I wanted, a box truck, which I want, the smaller one, E450. Which I believe it has a 14-foot box or total on it. I think there's like 11 foot in there anyways, but wanted to make a nice like indoor mobile shop type of thing and get out of the conventional service truck, which it's coming along pretty well. So if you go watch the last video, I got that engine in, got it running and all that. We had a couple issues with that. It was kind of running, if you watched the last video, it was running a little rough. And I ended up having to put a new throttle body motor. I just put the whole assembly on and everything because it was like $160 just to do the whole thing. So it's running good now, idle's good and everything else. So it's pretty well dialed in. Anyways, we got it running. Took it out on the road. Was going to take it down and get the plates title transferred because in Ohio, it was an Arizona title, coming from U-Haul. So you have to drive it down there and have them verify the VIN and all that. So I get on the road, like, okay, I'm going to get this thing done. Finally over, and the truck about throws me through the windshield from first to second, and then in second, that's it, don't go anymore. It goes 20 mile an hour at 4,000 RPM. So you might wonder why I'm sitting by a used transmission here, and that's because this is the one that came out of it. So with this truck, the reason I paid $3,500 for the truck originally. I quoted like $5,000 roughly on the engine, but I went ahead and threw a whole bunch of incidentals in there. I put new injectors, new coil packs, and everything, water pump, everything in that thing is brand new. So I probably got more like $6,500 in it at that point, probably conservatively. So I ended up getting another new transmission from Jasper. I could have took the thing apart. It was most likely what my computer was telling me that it was a shift solenoid E, which is the low range shift solenoid, I believe. But the thing with that is this uses Mercon SP, which is like $13, $14 a quart. It holds for a full refill like 16 or 17 quarts, I believe. Shift solenoid is like $60. So by the time on a hunch, I dropped the pan, drained the oil out, put a shift solenoid in it, waste half a day and all that. It'll probably be in, $300-400. And then if it don't work, then I got to buy another set of, 16, 17 quarts of Mercon SP. So I'm in over $500 basically if it doesn't work, plus $2,900 for a transmission. So I just kind of made a business decision. Let's just put a new transmission in it with Jasper, 3-year, 100,000 mile warranty. I know it's brand new, and just be done with it. So I ended up doing that. Runs like a top. Took it out, got it registered. I actually had the front driver's side brake caliper locked up, even though it's a shame because the thing's got brand new brake. The brake pads were like that thick. They were brand new pads, brand new rotors, but the thing had been sitting so long up there that I guess one of the caliper pistons froze up. So I had to put a new caliper and brake shoe. Since I had it off, I just put new brake shoes on it too, since it was already off with my cost through Napa. Anyways, when I go near the shop, I'm building shelves and all that into the truck. So I just wanted to show you where we're at. It's not a final project finished yet. But like I said, I just wanted to kind of talk about my U-Haul experience. So if you're buying a U-Haul truck that they say the engine's bad and it's been sitting for 3 or 4 years, I'd be wary. I'd go ahead and plan on putting the transmission or having some transmission work done too. So, with what we got in this now, I'm probably over $12,000 in this thing, but at least it's basically brand new powertrain. I'll probably go ahead and throw U-joints in it too, and then it will be pretty well new. So, anyways, we'll go to their building here and kind of show you where we're at this point and kind of wrap up. All right, as you can see, we're kind of coming right along here. We got the welder mounted in, air compressor in, hose reel. Then I kind of put some racking up here, but I'm going to change that because it's just kind of a little flimsy on those boards along the edge. So I actually picked up some 3/4 inch plywood, and I'm going to mount that on the walls, and then I can remount everything to make it a little bit sturdier, so I don't want those boards kind of flexing and breaking off. Toolbox mounted up in there, and then up in Mom's attic up there, as U-Haul calls it, I'm going to put some nice shelving up there. I'm going to put some more shelving in the corner, just to store parts and all that. So I need a little bit more tool storage, but for the most part, I think we'll be good on that. Kind of sorry, the shop is a total disaster. Had to put 2 new tires on. For some reason, the other side, all 3 wheels, are like brand new Michelins for the most part, and I guess that was the side that was away from the sun. This side had probably 60-70% rubber on it, but they were so dry rotted it was ridiculous. So a couple months ago, you know, since we bought, right after I bought it, I got brand new Michelins from Discount Tire Direct, I believe. I was going to just buy 3 and replace this side, but they had a promotion where if you bought 4, then you basically got one for free. So I just went ahead and bought 4, and now I got an extra spare. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it's not a bad truck. I mean, it's said I had to do a run, took it on the initial run the other day, but yeah, it's I like the vinyl seats are nice for a mechanic. That way, with with cloth seats in a truck, I mean, in grease as a mechanic, you're just going to ruin everything. Yeah, it runs real good. But like I said, I would be, if you're going to buy one of these U-Haul trucks, be real careful. Because like I said, I think they had 4 or 5 stars in the transmission and drivetrain and all that. Like I said, I don't know if they knew or what the deal was. I mean, obviously, if something's not running, if I can't drive it, then I don't know what's wrong with the transmission or the brakes or anything else. All you can do is look at it and take their word. And like I said, I kind of got burned on this one, so I've probably got another extra $4,000 in this thing that I didn't want to have into it. But at least, I mean, what they were charging, what they wanted for like one that was ready to drive away, I mean, they were like $8,000 to $12,000. So I mean, at least I'm a little over 12, and I got one with a brand new powertrain and a couple new tires. So, so that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much hopefully the gist of my experience with U-Haul. So I mean, everything's fixed now, hopefully. I mean, that's pretty much everything on the truck for the most part. So hopefully the next video we'll be bringing out to you guys on this topic will be with this all dialed in, lined out and everything organized. And once I get time, so hopefully have, in the next week, 2 weeks or so, have this thing all ready to go. But like I said, if you're looking at U-Haul, I mean, I like the way they're set up. I mean, you got a ramp. Deck is low. I like the way they're spec'd out. I mean, with a 6.8 V10, a torque shift transmission, everything's pretty heavy duty for the most part. 14,000 pound GVW on this truck. So I mean, I can pretty much load this thing to the hilt and still be good for with weight and all that. But like I said, be really, if you're buying something that's not running from them, be very careful. I mean, ask them how long it's been sitting and all that type of stuff. Because I think this thing had been sitting for a few years. So I mean, the transmission and all that, and the brakes, obviously, the brakes were like I said, when I took them off, they were like brand new. But obviously, when something sits that long, they don't know, you don't know, and so on. So anyways, like I said, hopefully next video we'll have this thing all dialed in and lined out for you guys, and be ready to be 100% and go to work with it. So even though I took it out on some maiden voyage here on Saturday with a job for a customer, and everything worked out pretty well. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you're new, subscribe. Always, like the video and hit the bell for the updates to always see what's coming up next. Like I said, we appreciate all the support, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.